Beginning in downward facing dog, we'll kick the right leg high, stack the hip, bend the knee, pointing it up toward the ceiling, loving that opening. And we'll step the right foot all the way through. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead for lifted lunge. A couple breaths here. And then hands frame the right foot, stepping into plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And find your downward facing dog. Inhaling left leg high now. Let's bend that knee. Stack the hip. Really tilt open. And then we'll roll this left foot right through to the hands. Inhale, lift it. Lifted lunge. Stable legs. Take flight in your torso. And then exhale, hands frame the left foot, stepping in for plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra or upward facing, meeting back in downward facing dog. Soften knees, empty the belly, look forward and step or hop to the top of the mat. Flatten the back and then fold in for Uttanasana. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhaling, gaze forward. Exhale, bow all the way in. And then inhale, lifting up tall. Palms touch above your head. And hands move into heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, swan dive in for forward fold. Inhale to prepare. Step or hop to plank or chaturanga. On the inhale, take cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Kicking the right leg high, we'll stack the hip, bend the knee, point the knee up toward the ceiling, and then step the right foot way over to the left side, straightening it and opening up with left arm. Like an exaggerated trikonasana there. Kicking the right leg way back up, optional three-legged vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Kicking the left leg high now, stacking that hip, bend the knee, open wide, and then kick that leg way over to the right side, straighten it. Be surprised at how open your heart can become. And then slide that leg up and back for three-legged dog and an optional three-legged vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing. Eventually softening knees, empty the belly, gaze forward and step or hop to the top of the mat. Bowing all the way in for forward fold. And let's open up the hamstrings. So come back in that fold. Maybe step right on your palms, fingers face the heels. Bowing all the way back in. If there's some slack in your elbows, take them wide. Tilt the sitting bones high up toward the ceiling. Just consider this upside down orientation. Maybe tilt some weight to your toes to open up the calf muscles. Flatten the back and sit low, Utkatasana, arms reaching high. Tuck the tail, lift the belly up. And exhale, stand all the way up and dive, forward fold. Inhale, prepare. Step or float back to plank or chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Kick the right leg high and step that foot through, rooting your back heel. Inhale up to a warrior one. And exhale, hands back down, vinyasa. Back to downward facing. Inhale, left leg high. Step that foot right through. Root the back heel. Inhale up, warrior one. And exhale, hands come right back down. Take the vinyasa and find downward facing dog. Kick the right leg high and step that foot all the way through. Keep your right hand where it is or take it to a block, and then extend the left arm up and across your ear line. Open through the heart, tilt it up toward the ceiling. And we'll straighten the right leg, finding a wide open, extended trikonasana, keeping that left arm reaching over your ear line. Grow out of the hip socket, And then roll back down, extending the right leg up behind you. Vinyasa. Into downward facing. Kicking left leg high. And stepping it through. We'll keep the left hand down on floor or block, and then extend the right arm up and across the ear line. Reaching, increasing space from fingers to foot. Tilt the heart to the ceiling, and then extend that left leg. Keep the extension in your right arm. Wide open Trikonasana. Rolling down, step it back. Take your vinyasa, clearing it out. Embrace your personal style, make it yours. Little option here to jump and switch legs so that your right leg ends up forward, or just step it forward. Come back to that brief side angle, left arm reaching overhead, making circles with it. And then left hand down to the mat, right arm making circles, eventually sending that left arm forward for rotated Ardha Chandrasana. Just continuing to make circles with my arm here with the intention of opening up the right shoulder joint, squeezing shoulder blades together and creating space in my heart. Hop it all the way back, left foot, float into Warrior Two, set it up, and then find a peaceful warrior, possibly core supported, never putting your left hand down. And then roll it on through Vinyasa, feeling the edge of every movement. Eventually kicking left leg high, maybe doing your little hop switch, taking the left foot forward, left hand down, find your extended side angle, make it extended triangle, and then roll that arm. And bend the left knee as you roll the right hand down, extend the left arm, rolling it in circles, maybe extending the left leg, and then hopping forward into rotated Ardha Chandrasana, trying to your best to stack the shoulders, maybe even swinging the arm around again, squeeze the shoulder blades together, keep that right leg lifted about as high as your hip line if possible. Extend, grow long, and hop on back. Take Warrior Two, take Peaceful Warrior, reach it back, and roll it down, Vinyasa. From Down Dog, soften knees, step or hop to the top of the mat, bow in for forward fold, and make your way to Utkatasana, finishing the Surya Namaskar, and standing up for balance. Take the right heel in and grab right yogi toe lock. You can keep the knee bent and then try crossing the left hand over the outside of the right foot. You might not extend the leg fully, but if you can, and even if you can't, twist over to the right, maybe extending the right arm wide. As you face forward, cross that right leg right over the left leg, which bends. Send your right arm underneath the left, maybe twist twice, and hinge forward, making a little C shape with spine. Unravel the legs and kick the right leg up high, hands bow down for a quick standing split. And then a choice here to maybe handstand through a vinyasa, but if that looks ridiculous, it doesn't matter. Just find your way through the vinyasa in the way that suits you today. Finishing at the top of the mat, bow all the way to forward fold, bend the knees, sit low, Utkatasana. Finding balance, opposite side. Pull the left knee in and grab yogi toe lock. Maybe you'll extend the leg, maybe you won't. And cross the right hand over the left foot eventually. You can use a strap, obviously. Or twist, eventually twisting to the left if it suits your body. Extend that left arm if you can. And then cross it over. Left leg over right. Left arm under right. And then bowing forward. Let the heart kind of swallow your belly. It's lifting up, up, up. And we'll unravel. Take a quick standing split. And then a choice. It's kind of fun. Just kind of hop back with the right foot is one way to do it. Otherwise, maybe try that full handstand. Really doesn't matter though. Take a vinyasa here or step right into downward facing dog. Find forearms on the mat in dolphin. I'm just going to kick the right leg high. It's really more like tilting it up. See what it would feel like to get the hips above like the chin line. And then try to step the right hand over toward like the outside of the right elbow. But if that's impossible, just come onto your hands for this little lizard position. Come back to your dolphin, kick the left leg high a few times, see what it would feel like to tilt the hips up overhead for forearm stand. And then possibly coming to hands or possibly staying on your forearms, step the left foot outside the left elbow for a lizard-like pose. Allowing the hips to open. And then coming right back into dolphin. And helium hips lift you into full downward facing dog. Soft knees, hop it to the outside of hands now, sitting in a squat. Take hands into heart center, elbows wide, sitting up tall. And eventually hands to the mat. I'm practicing Bakasana here. You can always get a pillow in front of your face. I so recommend falling on your face a few times if you're not comfortable with this yet. Get used to it feeling, not so bad actually if you tilt forward. Possibly shoot out for vinyasa. And let's come right to lay down, lifting legs up high and finding plow here. Do what you can to roll the shoulder blades together, squeeze them up, and we'll lift legs into shoulder stand. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, maybe extend the legs. Play with some leg work here, maybe twisting the legs, and then working on lifting up. And again, get wide, then twist the opposite way, left leg over right. Maybe even twist twice, see what it feels like to lift, 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 long and high up. Coming right back into plow. And rolling, possibly into boat. Or keep hold of your toes. Sitting up high, try to lengthen in the spine, suck the belly in and up towards your chest. You might have to bend knees here, or if it's available to you, keep squeezing the legs. Rolling back in for plow. And playing around here. I'm going to kick the left leg long and keep hold of the right leg. Finding a split leg position. Maybe rolling over to the side and doing a split if that's way too ridiculous. This is a nice time for pigeon. So rolling over, bend the right knee. Or just come into like a split practice. Big lunge doesn't have to get as low as a split. Try it the other side. Hug in your left leg, keep your right leg long, and then roll over to the right side, possibly either getting like this nice really low lunge, approaching a split, practicing split. It's a nice time for pigeon if you'd rather, or if you have split, go for it. Come right back to your back and hug the legs in. Roll the feet down onto the mat, bent knees. You're going to hit bridge and then possibly Urdhva Dhanurasana if it's in your practice. Otherwise, hang out in bridge is perfectly good. You can take any back bend you're working on. Just keep breathing. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, fan the sacrum out, down, and wide. Eventually coming out, maybe flopping the knees side to side like windshield wipers. Release the back. To counteract all this, I'm going to head in toward a fish. So first, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide, bowing in. And then rolling onto the back, digging the elbows so deeply into the mat, I lift my chest up, lift my chin up, and get the crown of the head on the ground. You could just stay like that, or if you want to come to full fish, extend your legs 45 degrees, maybe palm or prayer hands or arms also 45 degrees. Fish can feel weird at first on your neck, but as you do it more and more, it really gets to be comfortable. And trust the strength of your cervical spine. Let it come out, tuck your chin in towards your chest a little bit. and extend down. Get comfortable. Flop the feet out. Shoulders heavy. Inhabiting your body, not your mind. Enjoy Shavasana. Thanks for watching. Namaste.